Well, good morning, and I want to welcome all of you to the great city of Tempe and to our beautiful home for the spring training for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Tempe Diablo Stadium is one of the 10 stadiums in our region representing 15 Major League Baseball teams. Spring training brings hundreds of millions of dollars into our state from both in-state as well as out-of-state fans. We'll hear more about the economic impact not only in the spring training, but other winter tourism sporting events in just a few moments. Tourism is one of the top economic drivers. Keeping our state beautiful for our tourists will keep them coming back again and again. On the flip side, we want to make sure that these tourists keep our state clean when they visit. They will be more inclined to do so when the landscaping is already clean. Over my shoulder, you will see the Interstate 10. This section of the freeway around the Broadway curve carries more than 300,000 cars every weekday. What we don't want to see is people tossing litter from those vehicles. Eliminating freeway litter is one of the ways that we can keep not only tourists, but businesses coming back to our state. Litter takes a toll on our highways. It takes a toll on our recreation areas and our public spaces. It also takes a toll on our city, our state, and our regional budgets. The direct and indirect costs of litter on our freeways are immense. But there's some good news. Today, we are here to release our numbers compiled by ADOT that show that we are making significant progress in reducing litter. The Don't Trash Arizona program began in 2006 as a result of Proposition 400, which provided funding for landscape maintenance, litter control, and new litter education campaigns. To tell us more about the amazing progress that we have seen since the inception of Don't Trash Arizona, it is my pleasure to introduce my friend, Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton, who serves as the chair of the Maricopa Association of Governments. MAG oversees the implementation of the Don't Trash Arizona campaign. Mayor Stanton.
Thank you very much, Mark. Mayor Mitchell, thank you for hosting us here in Tempe at Tempe Diablo Stadium. What a beautiful scene for today's a great announcement, great information about the success of the Don't Trash Arizona campaign. For visitors who come to Arizona, come to Phoenix, come to our region by the thousands, this time of year for spring training, our freeways make an all-important first impression. And we want the world to know that we love our state. We love our region. We love our cities. We love these great baseball stadiums. And the best way to show it is by keeping our freeways free of trash. So when MAG created the Transportation Policy Committee in 2002, we started to come up with a big plan, what became Proposition 400, which talked about freeways and light rail and multimodal forms of transportation. But you know what was actually first on the agenda? The problem of freeway litter. At that time, funding for litter sweeping and pickup was declining. We knew, as mayors, as business leaders, as community leaders, we knew that litter on our roadway was not just impacting the quality of our life, but it was also impacting our ability to get great tourism and business to come to our community. Soon after the meetings began at the TPC, MAG and ADOT signed a resolution that would create a litter education program. That campaign would address the economic, environmental, health, and safety impacts of freeway litter. The program launched in 2006 and became known as Don't Trash Arizona. And it's been a massively successful public campaign. When drivers choose to litter from their vehicles, it destroys not only our beautiful desert landscape, it impacts our economy in a number of ways. Picking up trash on valley freeways costs taxpayers over $3 million per year and 150,000 hours of labor. Litter can result in a decline in a city's foot traffic, business development, and housing. And according to Keep Phoenix Beautiful, litter in a community decreases property values by 7%. 36% of business development officials say litter influences a company's decision to locate in a community. Can you believe that? Litter actually affects economic development and business location decisions. And 60% of property appraisers reduce the value of a property if litter is present. Litter also costs us in productivity through time stuck in traffic when dangerous debris ends up on our freeway lanes. And finally, the cost of litter can also be measured in lives. Nationally, 125 people die every year from dangerous debris on our highways. But here's the good news. Don't Trash Arizona is making a huge difference. New numbers compiled by ADOT show significant and steady decline in litter collected along Valley freeways. We see this improvement despite an increase in our population and lane miles, and with the same number of crews working on collection. So let's run through the numbers very quickly. In 2006, there were more than 130,000 bags of trash collected from Valley's highways. There were 500 bags collected each weekday. It added up to 1.6 million pounds of trash per year. Since Don't Trash Arizona began, we have cut that number in half. In 2016, we collected 65,000 bags, or 780,000 pounds. The public is taking notice. In 2006, 80% of our residents believed that highway litter was a big or moderate problem. In 2016, that number had dropped to 62%. We believe that reduction in litter is due in part to more people getting the message. They've gotten the message, Don't Trash Arizona. Since it started, we've aired Don't Trash Arizona ads in a variety of places where drivers are most likely to hear them or see them: on the radio, in movie theaters, gas stations, social media, and yes, in great sports facilities like here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. And we are especially glad that we seem to make a difference among the groups identified most likely to litter: males between the ages of 18 and 34, just like Mayor Mitchell. Don't Trash Arizona continues to focus key messages towards this demographic. A 2014 survey showed that many are changing their behavior, with 25% more men in that age group reporting that they had not littered compared to the year before. The message is getting across, but there is more work to do. And we want to continue this very positive trend so that we continue to market our state as one of pristine beauty. This is the most beautiful state in the United States of America, and Don't Trash Arizona is a positive campaign to keep it that way. So now, to further explain why keeping our state clean and beautiful is important to tourism and our economy, I want to introduce Stephanie Dowling, Deputy Director, Arizona Office of Tourism.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Well, on behalf of the Arizona Office of Tourism, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. I'm very honored to be here to talk about the importance of this program. And before I get started, I want to thank our partners here today with the Arizona Department of Transportation, the Arizona Lodging and Tourism Association, the City of Tempe, the City of Phoenix, and the Maricopa Association of Governments for all of their efforts in keeping Arizona clean and beautiful. Our goal at the Arizona Office of Tourism is to not only encourage visitation to our state, but to make certain that these visitors have a positive and memorable experience while they're here. Our state's beautification efforts are a crucial component to making sure we can portray the type of clean and unpolluted destination visitors want to see and enjoy. Every year, more than 40 million domestic and international visitors enjoy Arizona as a travel destination. These visitors bring in more than $21 billion into our state's economy. As one of Arizona's top industries, the tourism industry is responsible for generating thousands of jobs, billions in earnings, and billions in tax revenue. This is why keeping Arizona litter-free is vital to our marketing efforts. And events such as Cactus Lake Spring Training, Super Bowl, and of course the NCAA Final Four allow us to show off Arizona's vibrant beauty and clean freeways to a global audience. And not only do these events bring in many first-time visitors to Arizona, but they also give us the opportunity to broadcast Arizona's stunning landscape to millions throughout the world, inspiring future travelers to visit our state and generate valuable visitor spending that benefits us all. And spring training alone generates more than $544 million annually in economic impact to the state of Arizona. And just like how our residents throughout the state benefit from visitor spending, our residents also benefit from having a clean destination. It invokes a sense of pride, which our visitors can see and feel. It also contributes to a positive and lasting impression of Arizona. Keeping Arizona beautiful is a collective effort. It's something that both our residents and our visitors need to keep in mind as they enjoy their travels across our beautiful state. And with that, I'd like to introduce a great partner of ours, Kim Sabo, who's the President and CEO of the Arizona Tourism and Lodging Association.
Thank you, Stephanie, and good morning. Thank you, Mayor Stanton and Mayor Mitchell. And I'd like to start by congratulating everyone involved in this effort, MAG, ADOT, AOT, and also Arizona residents and visitors. They're a key part of this effort. When courting out-of-state visitors, it's very important to remember that first impressions really matter. So when visitors come to Arizona and they see a clean environment, it makes a big impact. And there's been no better time in Arizona than we've experienced over the course of the last 3 years with our series of mega events in which to showcase Arizona to the entire world. In addition to the string of mega events, we have annual repeat mega events in and of themselves, such as Cactus League Spring Training, which Stephanie mentioned contributes $545 million to our economy annually. So that is not to be overlooked. When visitors come, oftentimes they choose to stay and extend their vacations and visit all parts of Arizona. I'd like to point out that tourism is the only industry to positively economically impact all 15 Arizona counties. And tourism is the lifeblood for a lot of those counties. So it starts here, but it amplifies and it benefits our entire state holistically. Stephanie mentioned a lot of the economic impact numbers, but I'm going to go ahead and restate those because they are so impressive and so vital to everything that we're doing. As she mentioned, $21 billion in direct visitor spending, over 42 million overnight visitors, hundreds of thousands of jobs created, $3 billion in local, state, and federal tax revenues generated, and $8.8 billion in gross domestic product, and 5.7 million international overnight visitors. Those numbers are staggering, and we need to continue to build upon those. The mission at Arizona Lodging and Tourism Association is to advocate, collaborate, and educate, and I can think of no better opportunity to do that than here. We're advocating for clean communities, collaborating with great partners, and we're educating on a very important topic, and that is reducing litter in our state and in our communities. Again, to leave that lasting first impression with visitors, hoping that when they have the choice of where they're going to spend their next spring break or take their next vacation, that they have Arizona top of mind. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to the mayor. And Mayor, thank you for your support of the industry. It's immeasurable, and we're very grateful.